Once upon a time, in the forests near Benares in northern India, an extraordinary deer was born. This deer was as big as a young colt, but was born easily. His eyes sparkled like jewels, his mouth was as red as the ripest forest berries, his hooves were black as polished coal, and his little horns shone like silver. His golden color was like a perfect summer dawn. As he grew, a herd of 500 deer gathered around him, and he became known as King Banyan Deer. Not far away, another beautiful buck deer was born, equally splendid and golden. Over time, he too attracted a herd of 500 deer, and became known as Branch Deer. At that time, the king of Benares loved eating venison. He regularly hunted deer, often disrupting the villagers' lives by commanding them to assist in his hunts. The villagers' crops and businesses suffered due to these interruptions. To solve this, they decided to build a large deer park near Benares, where the king could hunt without involving the villagers. The villagers built the deer park with ponds, trees, and grasses for the deer. Once ready, they drove the herds of banyan and branch deer into the park and locked the gate. They informed the king about the park, allowing him to hunt without disturbing their lives. The king was pleased to see the vast herds and admired the two magnificent golden deer. He granted immunity to these two, ordering that no one could harm or kill them. Each day, the king or his cook would kill a deer for the king's table. The deer, seeing the bow and arrows, panicked and suffered injuries and wounds. To prevent this needless suffering, King Banyan Deer proposed a solution. He suggested that one deer from each herd be chosen daily to sacrifice themselves. Branch Deer agreed, and the selected deer would meekly lay their necks on the block for the cook. One day, pregnant doe from Branch Deer's herd was chosen. She pleaded with Branch Deer to spare her until she delivered her fawn, offering to take 2 turns later. Branch Deer refused, saying the pregnancy was her responsibility. Desperate, she approached King Banyan Deer, who agreed to take her place. King Banyan Deer laid his golden neck on the executioner's block. When the cook saw this, he informed the king of Benares. The king, surprised, asked Banyan Deer why he was there. Banyan Deer explained that he took the place of a pregnant doe out of compassion for her and her unborn fawn. The king of Benares, moved by Banyan Deer's compassion and generosity, promised not to kill him, the doe, or her fawn. Banyan Deer then asked for the safety of all the deer in the park. The king agreed. Banyan Deer continued, asking for the safety of all deer in the kingdom, followed by all 4-footed animals, birds, and fish. The king granted immunity to all creatures in his land. Having secured the safety of all creatures, the great being, King Banyan Deer, arose, having shown unparalleled compassion and kindness.